Fala galera, eu sou Cauê Paciornik, está começando com a minha entrevista. Hoje estou com Roo Panes. So hey Roo, how are you?
Hey, good, thank you.
I would like to start talking about where your nickname came from, because I know there is a story behind that.
Yeah.
Where did it came from?
Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Well, my name's Andrew, and when I was a kid, we were kind of playing by a river, like throwing sticks into the river, and I fell in, and the stick stayed where it was, and then someone had to swim in and rescue me, and it's kind of basically the same as the story from Winnie the Pooh. So then I got nicknamed Roo from Winnie the Pooh.
I found a video that's Disney Junior revisiting this story. Okay.
No way.
Yeah, that's true. Look at this. That's Winnie and Roo running.
No, wait, yeah, there we go.
Is that you?
I remember it well. Yeah.
So Disney Junior revisited that
Yeah,
story.
totally.
Okay.
It's bringing back bad memories, mate.
And then, since you beginning, your family supported you in a creative way for the music. And how was that?
They've always been so supportive, to be honest. I don't think anyone thought that I would go and be a musician. I didn't even think I would, but I kind of, around about the time that I finished university, I just thought, like, I just was writing songs all the time, and so I thought, well, maybe I should do something with this, and so it was a big jump out of the ordinary, and yeah, everyone was just really supportive. I think my mum in particular probably quite liked it, because she used to be in like a travelling theatre group when she was younger back in England, so she's always been quite creative, and so I think she was like, go for it.
Nice,
you know?
nice.
Yeah.
And some people compare your sounds with Bon Iver, Ben Howard, kind of Bob Dylan. Those are inspiration for you?
I wouldn't say the inspiration, like, I think they're great. Like, I love their music, but I kind of, honest answer is I don't really like try to be like anything or listen to things and go, oh, I'd like to sound like that. I kind of, the joy of songwriting for me is like being yourself. And so I just kind of make what feels like me. And I guess then we end up, they're doing the same thing. And so end up kind of being in a similar world. But yeah, so inspiration is probably not the right like way to think about it. But like I definitely like love what they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What inspires you in your sound?
I think, so complicated answer in a way, but also really simple, is that when you're writing, actually you realize that life is really inspiring. I think often we walk past stuff, we're in a rush, we don't look at things, but actually when you're kind of writing it, it gives you this like really nice chance to stay still, focus, think, and then you realize that actually like inspirations are everywhere. So lyrically there's thousands of things to write about, you know, and then you kind of start to shape that by like which ones you want to pay attention to, and what you want to write about, and what you want to share, and that kind of thing. So lyrically, I think there's inspiration everywhere, and then in terms of what comes out with melodies and sounds, I think that's just like a kind of a natural thing. It's really hard to put a finger on. I guess some of it will come down to your environment, your context. I live in the countryside. I really like peace and quiet, and you know, I've got this weird thing that I've always liked writing by rivers, because I like the sound of the river, and then I guess my music's quite flowy. You know, I think it's kind of what you put yourself around often, and what you're kind of soaking in. So then it comes out with a melody or a flavor, you know.
Okay.
But it's hard to explain it in a kind of deliberate way.
That's interesting because you just released it recently, Feel It True, revisited. How was that? What's the importance of that work for you?
That song or the revisiting?
Both. The song, yeah.
I think that song is about kind of confronting feelings that are uncomfortable and traveling through them. And yeah, so the lyrics of that song are about that. It's kind of about you can't run away from things, and actually a lot of the beauty in life comes from like grappling with it and finding the beauty in the process and coming out the other side. And so that's like the lyrical meaning of the song. But I guess like I was really enjoying I got this new classical guitar, and it's like a warmer tone. And I was just really enjoying writing things that kind of made me feel like I was in a kind of like a sunny, gentle place, you know. Because actually, when I wrote that EP, it was autumn, and you know, autumn in England is beautiful, but quite cold, quite, you know. And so I was kind of enjoying this kind of different flavour, and I wanted it to have that kind of feeling of like meditation, but also journey. And so, like, hopefully, you get that feeling when you listen to it of like going somewhere, but also it's kind of peaceful and content. And sitting in, like, the idea of that is to be content with having to confront things, you know, and not always be like, oh, why do I have to? It's kind of like, it's okay.
And that's not your first time here in Brazil. What's your relation with the country? Do you have a lot of inspiration here too?
Well, I love Brazil, but my relationship to the country is coming out to do these shows, because I think, well, I'd come out before actually on a different job a few years ago. But my first strong memories were the shows that I came out to do, what, like 7 years ago or something. And I just loved them. It's really, really good fun. And I think that I was really struck with Brazilian listeners, just so enthusiastic, so kind. They're always sending encouraging messages. And so back in England, you're like, oh, got to get back out to Brazil and play. And yeah, I've only got really, really good memories of that tour. So yeah, it was epic to be back.
You didn't have time to go to the beaches or something like
Not
Rio de
last
Janeiro?
time. No, last time I literally flew out and then flew home. And then this time we thought, no. So
you should go.
We went to the beach.
Take a look
this
to the
time.
ocean and get some inspiration. And you know that here you were part of a soundtrack for a soap opera. Do you know that?
Yeah.
A Dona do Pedaço. The translation in Portuguese is something like Sweet Diva. Did you see something that you on a TV show here in Brazil? Because I have images too.
Oh, I'd love to. I would really like to see it, actually. No, I never.
That
saw it.
At the end of the show.
Was it a good moment?
Yeah, no, that was not a part of the show. That's the finish, playing Lullaby Love.
No way.
Yes.
Was that the end of one show or always?
No, that was the end of one chapter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they play it at the show.
You're gonna have to send me these videos.
Yeah, I think so.
And the Winnie the Pooh one. Like, one of my favorite things in music is when your song gets used on like a show or something. It's just a really awesome feeling. Some people would prefer maybe like a radio play or something, but for me, when something gets chosen for like a moment in a film or a moment in an advert or something like that, it just means that they kind of feel like they're like, I guess, going, I like the vibe of this and I want to use it. And it's really nice as an artist. So
that's amazing. And Roo, I always ask that if you have to choose one song to listen every day for the rest of your life, which song would you choose?
What, of someone else's or of mine?
It's up to you. Some song for you to listen can be yours.
I can't say mine. I think. So you know, it's the impossible question, isn't it? The one that comes to mind right now is not actually a song. It's a piece of music called Spring by Max Richter. Have you heard that?
No.
Oh, it's so nice. Sure. It's one that every time it comes on, you're like, oh, this is epic. And it's kind of like a classical rework of Vivaldi's Four Seasons that Max Richter did. It's called Spring #1. And yeah, you should listen to it.
Nice.
I feel like there's never going to be a moment where I put that on and I'm like not happy to hear it. You know?
Okay, that's it. Man, thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
That's a pleasure. I hope you get a lot of inspiration here in Brazil.
Thank you.
That's all. See you guys. Bye-bye.